Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So ADA continues to fail to rally here in a third wave of a third. That would be the bullish scenario. You know that my view is that the bullish scenario is certainly not the primary expectation. And yesterday we looked at a possible sub count here, or sub wave count for the bullish scenario, which would be a wave 1 to the upside in a leading diagonal, a wave 2 to the downside, and then we should enter a wave 3 rally, a wave 4 and 5. And in this wave 3 we had here a possible 1-2 setup, but again it was invalidated again. And I just yesterday in the video mentioned to you that those lower level wave counts here, especially on the bullish scenario for ADA, are not reliable because they get invalidated and invalidated, which just again confirms my view that we are here not in a bullish scenario. But I still need to show the bullish scenario to you because we are very close to a key support level at 30 cents or 29.6 cents, the low from the 21st of November. And of course, when you pull back to a support level like that, the reward, the possible reward is certainly quite high compared to the risk. However, as I mentioned before, the probability that a long trade works out from here is not necessarily high, because there are various issues with this count, like a leading diagonal, not very reliable, a wave 2 pullback deeper than ideal, and the constant failure of ADA to rally in a third wave or third. So we still have that bullish scenario open here, but as you can see, it did again fail to realize. We talked yesterday about this descending channel in my late video from yesterday, and I said, look, either it rallies from here or it's probably going to break down. And obviously it broke because this was a decisive moment. I mean, we're in this channel, this could have bounced a little while, but a breakout to the upside would have at least indicated that we have a chance to rally in a third wave of a third. Now, the fact that out of such a pattern here, we're even breaking to the downside is concerning, or not concerning, it just confirms my primary wave count basically, which is down. I mean, could this still be the bullish count? Yes, but again, look at this. I mean, in this count now, it would again not be a WXY, it would be an ABC, because we've got 5 waves down, which I'm going to show to you now as well. But if this again is a 1-2 setup here on the small scale, this has retraced way too much. So no confidence at all in a bullish count here. How would the wave C look like? Just to show you as well, because some people are interested in the wave counts, how they would work out. In my opinion, from the wave B high up here, we moved down in a 1, up in a 2. This would be a 3. This would be a 4, and this would be a 5. Very straightforward actually. No overlap between waves 1 and 4, so you can actually count it as a proper impulse in a wave C. But yeah, it would need to go up from here, or will probably completely break down, because this is an extremely decisive moment. We can't drop much more, and then we've invalidated this 1-2 setup. So a little bit more drop. Yeah, it would need to drop below 29.9 cents. And we've completely invalidated this 1-2 setup as well. And then that would point even more, or put even more emphasis on the bearish count, which, I'm going to sketch out the detailed count now as well. So we already talked about this being here probably a wave 1, this being a wave 2, and that we're moving down in a 3, moving up in a 4, come down in a 5. However, I already also mentioned my concerns here yesterday that for a wave 3 to the downside, the move to the downside is not impulsive enough for me. So it looks still very choppy. Also, if I look at it from a bearish point of view, by the way, everybody who's new, my target for the wave 3 is around 26, 27 cents. And for the wave 5 down there, around 22, 23 cents at the moment. But yeah, I've got my concerns with that. So let me take the bullish subwaves out. Don't really need them anymore. This is certainly still possible. The white count is the bullish one, yeah. But in terms of the bearish count, because we also failed to really strongly sell off to the downside, I thought about changing maybe the higher level assumption. Not too much. Yeah, it wouldn't change the trend or anything. But do you remember that we talked about this as an ending diagonal? The move that started basically end of May that this was wave 1, this was a 2, this was a 3, this a 4, that we're now in this 5th wave down. And each of these subwaves consist of an ABC as an ending diagonal. So also here the wave 5 is an ABC pattern. That's the bearish count. A, B. No, the idea was, let me zoom in. The idea was in the bearish count that we've seen within wave 5 already an A wave here. Then we had a B wave triangle. And the idea was to break down in a C wave in a 5-wave move. However, it so far hasn't really followed through impulsively. So I had one idea, which in my opinion looks more likely these days with the latest price information we have and the fact that ADA has failed to rally through to the downside. And it doesn't change anything in the high level assumption. It just means that I have to, let me just think. So this triangle, I would take that out. Let me just think. Just don't want to make a mistake. Yeah, so I would move that A wave here actually. And then I would move the B wave somewhere here. So take the bullish count out. So that actually the B wave is still unfolding and ongoing as a triangle. Yeah. That would explain why we haven't really rallied to the downside impulsively. So we take out here some of those subwaves. So what would then be the subwave count? So we're looking then at a count for the B wave. And my idea is that we had the idea here that the B wave was a triangle, but it was probably just a wave 4 triangle coming down in 5 to finish off here the A wave. So the idea is that this is most likely going to be here a triangle with the idea that this was an A wave in a triangle. We are coming down in possibly B already bottomed here. We are now going to move up in, or this might have been the C already. This could have been D and maybe one more high in E of B. There would at least be an explanation, you know, why we are not really rallying yet to the downside impulsively. We've got 3 waves up. We've got here a ABC wave down in B. We've got the wave C up, which is also an ABC, wave D down, ABC. And we should now see one more wave up in an E wave. Now it's also not the most beautiful triangle, I have to admit, yeah, but it's all possible because we haven't broken the beginning yet. Yeah, we haven't broken that A wave yet to the downside, and to the upside we haven't broken this A wave. Okay, so important is that the C and the E waves stay below the A wave, and the B and the D waves stay above the A wave. Hope that makes sense. Eventually then, if the wave E is put in here, maybe one more retest of the channel from below, I mean, that would make sense, then breaking down from here. And that would then be that impulsive move down in the green wave C, which would be a 5-wave move. So just to sketch out how it would ideally work out, from the E wave peak, which would be the wave B peak as well, we should then see a 5-wave move down. That is how you would normally expect such an Elliott wave triangle to work out. A, B, C, D, E. It's not the most beautiful triangle, but you can count it as an Elliott wave triangle. So based on that, we would be in the late stages of it. Would make sense because, you know, the market can't move sideways forever. At some point you would get the breakout and then you get normally quite an impulsive move. So it will be interesting. So what would be the signal that we are indeed breaking to the downside? Well, that would be a break of the B wave low that is at 29.9 cents. And the signal that the triangle is invalid would be a break above 32.8 cents. Okay, that's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.